Welcome to the Totally Honest Cooking Show. I'm Mark. Today we're making a braised lemon chicken that is based on the lemon roasted chicken that we did in episode 4 way back when. So I've started with 4 chicken thighs that I've salted and let sit for an hour, and we're getting ready to start cooking those. And while that's cooking, we're going to cut up some onion and some other stuff. Okay, let's get cooking. So we're going to come over here to our cooktop. We're going to take our chicken thighs and we're going to place them skin side down on our skillet. And you should be able to use 4 to 6 chicken thighs with this, depending on the size of your high-walled pan. I'm going with 4 just because it's easier to move everybody around that way. But you do you. And in the 8 to 10 minutes that's going to take to crisp up the skin, we're going to start cutting our vegetables up. So we're going to start with 1 medium onion, and once we've peeled our onion and cut it in half, we're going to go ahead and dice it. Now, I will note that this Chinese vegetable cleaver is great for dicing most things. It's not great for dicing onions. Be very careful if you try to, do what I'm doing. You might lose a finger. You will probably be done chopping the onion before the chicken is ready to flip. I recommend just stick it in a bowl. That allows you to move on to your potatoes. I prefer to get a dinosaur-sized potato if I can. Unfortunately, the grocery store was out of the big honkin potatoes, so I had to get 3 medium potatoes. You can use 4 small potatoes, too, if you want. You can skin these. I'm not going to. I'm just going to go for a kind of largish dice. And there we go. I'll be back when I'm done with the potatoes. It's been about 6 minutes. I'm going to check on my chicken. It's almost there, but not quite there, so I'm rotating the pan. At the end of that 8 to 10 minutes, you're going to flip it and you're going to cook it skin side up for another 5 minutes. Now over here, I've prepped some chicken stock. You probably don't need to do this. I didn't stock box stock. You're going to need about 3 cups of chicken broth and a little bit. This is Goya chicken bouillon, which is gluten-free. Now, as this chicken cooks, it's going to give up all this delicious fat that's going to add to the natural oils. We're going to use that to cook our potatoes and our carrot. And right now, we're going to go ahead and cut up our carrot. Now, if you can't get a giant dinosaur bone carrot like this, just 3 or 4 carrots. Maybe even 5. But I'm going to use this one because it's easier. Once 10 minutes have passed, we're going to pull this chicken off. Then we're going to toss our onions in there. Being sure to try to scrape up the fond. Okay, we're going to cook these onions till translucent. And while that's going, I'm going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Now we're going to go ahead and dice our carrot. Again, if you can't get a dinosaur-sized carrot like me, go ahead and use a handful of lesser carrots. I'm going for a larger dice on these as well. And once your onions are translucent, go ahead and add in your potatoes. I thought about adding salt at this point, but there's quite a bit of salt in that bouillon cube that I used, so I'm not going to. I did salt the chicken beforehand. Oh yeah, don't forget to mix it up so that the potatoes cook too. And now we're on to the star of the show, the lemons. We're going to zest 4 lemons and juice 3. And we're just going down to the white. Don't zest the white. That's not going to taste good. If you're wondering why we zest, it's because there's a lot of flavor in the zest, and it allows us to get those flavors into the food. In some ways, there's more flavor in the zest than in the juice. It's the flavor without the acid, I guess you could say. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and add the carrot. I should note to you, my internet friends, that I've never made this in this way. I've braised a lot of chicken before. You've seen a couple episodes where I've braised chicken, but I've never done this, and I've never used zest in braising. So this could be very interesting. It could go very wrong. We'll see. We'll learn together. This is an episode regardless. With that done, you should have a decent sized pile of lemon zest, and we're on to juicing our lemons. You can go ahead and roll these. Rolling them helps to get the juice ready to come out. They're starting to get a little color, so I'm going to go ahead and just add in my 3 cups of broth and my lemon juice and about 1.5 teaspoons of sugar. That's going to help to round out the flavor on the lemon juice so that it's not too acidy. Oftentimes when I'm doing this show, I get ideas while I'm cooking, and I think if I were in the store right now, I would get some dill to put in this. That would make it amazing. I'm going to go ahead and stir in my lemon zest. And because I don't have that dill that I wish I had, I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of dried Italian seasoning. But definitely, if you have the option, dill. All the time I get ideas while I'm cooking. I'm also the kind of person that will say at a restaurant, hey, next time we should go to blah blah blah. Also, that's kind of a lot of potato and carrot in there. So I'm going to go ahead and add 6 cloves of garlic. Again, this may or may not be good. We'll see. We'll learn together. You could mince it. I'm going to press it because, again, you get more garlic per garlic when you press garlic. Okay, we're going to go ahead and mix it up just to make sure the garlic gets in there. It already smells like food. That's good. Okay, we've killed the heat on the pot. We're going to return the chicken. You're going to press the chicken down. Keep the skin above the water line, the broth line. But the chicken should be at least partially submerged. And now we're sticking this in the oven for 45 minutes. After 45 minutes, we're ready to pull it out of the oven. Now this last step is optional, but I think it's going to be worth doing, so I'm going to do it. First, I'm going to take the chicken out, put it on a plate, and I'm going to skim the vegetables into a serving bowl. And now I'm going to go ahead and whisk in about a teaspoon, teaspoon and a half of cornstarch. And if I need to turn the heat back on for this, I will. I'm not initially, just because the pan is already very hot. I can feel it through my glove. And I'm going to go ahead and drop in 2 tablespoons of butter. Then we're going to realize we never added the black pepper. Black pepper goes great with lemon, so I'm adding several twists. Okay, it's starting to look more sauce-like to me, so I'm going to go ahead and use it. It's a little thinner than I'd like, but you can't have everything. Where would you put it? I've gone ahead and plated myself some chicken and some potatoes and carrots. And now I'm going to sauce myself up a little bit. I don't have fresh parsley, but I chopped this up the other day, so that'll make it pop a little bit. And there we have it. A pretty easy dinner. Not a lot of fuss to it. Jerkins, go ahead and edit in our review right here. Okay. Well, that really says it all, doesn't it? Like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, share with a friend, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Me and this chicken gotta go get to know each other. Bye.